Hi YouTubers, it's Evan right now. So we interesting topic right now. So interesting topic as of April 8th, 2019, pretty cool. Nice big ass, like a big ass cigar. So I am drinking some cider still, and yes, I'm 28 years old for the last time, so I'm of legal age. I want to discuss right now basically legal age, not in regards to tobacco and alcohol, but in regards to age of consent. So obviously, people have sex. Obviously, humans, animals have sex, and obviously in certain states or most developed countries, I'm not a lawyer, not giving legal advice, you have to be a certain age to give consent to have sex, obviously for humans, not for animals. So, obviously, in most places, it varies depending on the country. Some places are 18, 16, 17, 15 to give consent to have sex. And I want to ask a question for my viewers, nice big ass viewers like the Big Ass Cigar. It's more of a hypothesis question, and I want to ask this question right now. Obviously, in order to have sex, you have to be both parties who are involved, whether it's male and female, whether it's male and male or female and female, they have to be of legal age consent because otherwise it would be considered statutory rape. So basically, do you think there's a difference in a person, particularly, say, like a man, saying, I am attracted to somebody who is younger than the age? I mean, obviously, I'm not saying anyone should do anything wrong. I mean, obviously, you have to follow the law, and you can get into big trouble if you don't follow the law. But what I'm trying to say is, do you think there's a difference between somebody who is, say, an immature man who's kind of a little bit horny, horny ass like the Big Ass Cigar, saying, I am attracted to somebody who's, say, 16 or 17, versus saying I'm attracted to somebody who's like 9 or 10. So I think there's a big difference there, even though in some places, like most places, the age of consent is 18 years old, and having sex with somebody who's 16 or 17 would be illegal, and you can get in big trouble for that. I think there's a big difference between somebody who's, say, 25 or 26 saying I'm attracted to somebody who's 16, 17, even 15 years old versus saying I'm attracted to somebody who's like 9 or 10, because honestly, even though both those scenarios, those hypotheses are illegal, even though both of those would be considered, illegal if you acted upon the urge, I think there's a big difference in terms of there's a big difference between saying I'm 24, 25, and I'm attracted to somebody who's 16 or 17, who's, upper high school age, versus saying I'm attracted to somebody who's like, 8 or 9 years old. Because if you're attracted to somebody who's 8 or 9 years old, that's really disgusting. I mean, for better words, that's fucking disgusting. So, I mean, that's like pedophilia. So, but on the other hand, if you're somebody who is 23, 25, 27, 30 years old, and you're attracted to somebody who's 17 or 18, or like 16 or 17, I mean, it may or may not be illegal depending where you live, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not giving legal advice, but I think there's a big difference between saying I'm attracted to somebody who's a older, adolescent teenager versus saying I'm attracted to somebody who's a little kid. I think there is a big difference there, even though both scenarios would be potentially, against the law. So give me your thoughts. Bye.